Hallo und herzlich willkommen in Helens Log. Ich heiße Helen Bauer. Hier ist Holly, mein Producer. Wir machen einen Podcast. Wir reden über alles. Wir reden über Jurassic Park, Die Hard, Top Gun, die Epstein Files und auch Gott. We speak about God. We speak about God. And why fucking... You know what I was thinking the other day? This is interesting.
Oh, dear.
Welcome to Helen's Log. Log as in a diary, not Helen's log as in a tree that hasn't been cut. Oh no. Or a toilet or a flue. Double no. Log as in a synonym for diary. It's Helen's Log. Just as she knows it's Helen's Log. The Diary. It's a weekly diary podcast and it is called Helen's Log.
Why do people pray to the baby Jesus? Why not the adult Jesus? That kept me awake for like an hour the other night, and I wrote it as a note in my phone.
I think they pray for both.
No, they don't. They go, "Dear Lord, baby Jesus." Don't ask the baby for something. I'd 100% ask the lad. At least minimum 10 years old if we're going to pray. Genuinely kept me up. Genuinely kept me up. Could not rest. Because I was like, why would you ask a baby?
I guess the baby's like
No.
omnipotent, omniscient, so
No.
is just would have been fully developed.
The baby
brain.
is not omniscient.
So I'm being really slow today. I am very tired.
Do you want to tell them what you did last night?
No, because it's not cool.
Holly went clubbing.
I didn't. I went to an event that I was too old to go to. I went to see Corrupt FM and they were amazing, but it was like 3 hours of garage, and we were surrounded by... Also, I was wearing this, which is like, I'm dressed in like a corduroy, like...
It's gorgeous.
No, but I look like a kind
tree.
of...
She looks like a tree.
I look like a sort of CBBC presenter / going to the office. Is that kind
Millennial
of
Miss Honey.
Oh God, yeah, a millennial.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
No, Millennial Miss Honey does not belong at a garage night.
No. Do you want to tell them the worst thing that happened when you arrived? You didn't know the timings?
Oh yeah. So we had to get there at 6. They were like, ticket doesn't, because it was for free. It was a free ticket. It was like a promotional event. So we were like, yeah. They were like, get there. Doors open at 7, but it doesn't guarantee entry. So we got there at 6:30. Immediately get in. We go. We are the only people. Me and my 2 friends are the only people that go to the cloakroom, and we know this because our cloakroom numbers are 1, 2, and 3.
No, it's
like, and it was amazing, and it was really, really fun. It was really, really fun, and Corrupt FM were incredible. But I'm tired. Because
But what
I'm
time
old.
did they go on stage?
9.
That's fucked up.
But that's usual.
I understand it's usual, but we were talking about this downstairs, and I'm just going to repeat it now because I think, as someone who I perform, God knows I perform. I love doing a gig, but I will tell you what time I will be on stage, and I will give you a run approx time because I fucking respect you having plans with the rest of your day. And if I go to a night out, I need to know when I'm leaving. I want to know what time I'm in bed. 100%. Because like, how do you fucking think about, are we on the last tube? Like, do I need to have dinner before or after? Arriving at an event that says it's going to start around 6:30, I'd assume they'd go on at 7 at that point. To not go on until 9 for me is frankly disgusting. And I will be so anxious until they arrive. However, if I arrive at the event and the ticket says like doors at 7, on stage at 10, I'm fine with that. They can start an hour later if the information's been passed on.
Fair
Do
enough.
not fucking lie to me or any of my fucking friends. We are struggling.
Helen's Log.
G'day. If you're listening to Helen's Log and you live in Australia, I can't believe I did the accent. You know what? We're leaving it in, but yeah. Wow, what a choice. I am coming to Australia for my new show, bless her, and I'll be there March to April. I'm going to be in Melbourne doing like 14 shows, I think. And then I'm off to Sydney and Brisbane. Sydney is the 18th and 19th of April and Brisbane on the 17th of April. I hope to see you there. If you're not in Australia, but you've seen the show and you loved it, please tell an Australian that you know, and then they can tell an Australian they know, and then I can have all my dreams come true. And all the tickets are on my website, of course. And I will look forward to seeing you in Melbourne and other really cool places like Sydney and Brisbane. Thank you so much. And now back to Helen's log with me, Helen Bauer, the log. Bye. I need to know how to manage my energy levels throughout a day. Genuinely need to learn how to do that. Because if not, I can get tuckered out by lunchtime. And if it's a late night, then I'm not going to have pasta at lunch. I had a lasagna in Berlin. Shout out, Casio in Schillerkeats. Anyone who's looking for a really good Italian meal. Holy fucking hell. Incredible. Went there, had a lasagna, then had to go on stage. I was at sea.
Wow.
I cannot. Is it masticate?
I don't know.
I believe it's mastication is when you're eating.
Okay.
I cannot masticate a lasagna. It sounds so close.
I don't like it.
I cannot
Masticate.
masticate a fucking lasagna and then go on stage. Yeah, I went on holiday to Berlin. Do you want to hear about it? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Went on a family holiday to Berlin. Me, Michael Bauer, Ted Bauer, Marianne Bauer. We've got the fucking players. We're all lined up. We do... Honestly, I don't know. I do not know. I don't think it's natural for people to go on family holidays at the age of 34. There, I've said it. It is unhealthy. We're all just looking at each other like, what's the plan here? We do the same conversation 5 times a day and we're all trying our best, but there's only so much we can talk about. Yes, it is cold in Kazakhstan. That's the main subject of the Bowers is, yeah, it gets really chilly in Kazakhstan. Why? We haven't been to Kazakhstan. My dad's been to Kazakhstan. It's one of his famous anecdotes, the time he had to poo in the side of the road and then he accidentally ate horse. A really big night for Michael Bauer, of course, and a very fun story. So we're telling that like every single meal we have. We also have all been to Berlin so many times before, including I lived in Berlin for 3 years. So we've done all the main tourist stuff. So we're like, it's kind of tricky to think of something that someone hasn't done.
Yeah.
Right? So it means but you have to do something because you've run out of conversation within 24 hours, right? Like oh my God. I arrive at Gatwick Airport to get the flight, and me and my dad are flying together. Luckily, he's got the same thing he has like with all of his kids, where he doesn't need to be with me all the time. He's really not interested in a really beautiful way, to the point where like he texts me being like, are you at the gate yet? Like we haven't even met up with each other properly. And I was like, no, I'm in the bookshop. Do you want to come meet me there? I encourage him to buy a book because he just finished his last book after reading it for 2 years. And I said, we'll get Goodbye to Berlin. You know, the Christopher Isherwood book.
Yeah.
I read it last year. I loved it. I was like, I think you'd really like it. It's like historical fiction, sort of like, it's just good. And he was like, oh yeah, that'd be good. And I just read that other book about that gentleman in Berlin. And I was like, no, Gentleman in Moscow. You spent 2 years reading The Gentleman in Moscow. And he was like, close enough. I was like, he's never going to read this book, but we've bought it now and that's done. Get to the fucking gate. And we're out of conversation by the time we get on the flight and we're not even sitting together. Oh my God. I pick a museum for us to go to because I'm like, we have to fill our time somehow. I picked the German History Museum because who doesn't want German history, right? But it's closed. The main building is closed.
Oh no.
So it's only this new building they've done. And I was like, oh fuck, the main building was so beautiful, like intricate, beautiful, good. It's on like the main street, you know, like Unter den Linden, where with the big gate, where, you know, I'm about to say the big gate, the famous gate, but also famously where Michael Jackson held his baby out of the window at the hotel. Yeah, that place. Also, fun fact, Hotel Adlon, where Michael Jackson held his baby out the window. Hitler's favourite hotel. There was a
Sean McLaughlin stayed there.
Sean McLaughlin stayed at Hitler's favourite hotel? Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah.
When? Why? When and why?
I can't. He was
He was doing tour support for the Famey.
Yeah. And he was literally, and he said, I don't know if it was just part of his set. We'll have to ask him. but he was like,
Wait.
he stayed in the room apparently. Or no, that must have been just a lie, but he definitely stayed there, but I don't think he did stay in the room that Michael Jackson held his baby out of.
1 second. Hi, Sean. It's Helen and Holly. We're recording my podcast. You stayed at Hitler's favourite hotel where Michael Jackson hung his baby out. Please tell me everything. I cannot believe you stayed there. I hope he responds soon.
But it also might have just been I might have got my facts mixed up.
Yeah, totally. If you've got your facts mixed up, then we're judging Sean and not you, because we'll have to assume that he told you this incorrectly, because you are perfect and an angel and have never done anything wrong.
Yes.
But the German History Museum, the little section they have left, it's like, I'm going to say like one room on World War I and World War II, which for my dad is like, he's just immediately disappointed because that's what he's there for. Realistically, like the Cold War, yeah, sure, he lived through it. Like, do you know, like whatever. He wants World War I and World War II. There's not enough information about it. And they have a separate section about German history, all about the potato. And it's like, guys, no one's going to a German history museum wanting to know about how the potato arrived in Germany from Peru. Like,
I am.
No. You go to a German history museum, you kind of know what you're handing over your money for. You kind of know. Like, there's it's just, it can't just be me and my family, because judging by the people who are also at the German history museum, we know what we want. We want some really insane statistics and facts. We want maps of troops moving. We want maps. We want a couple of interactive things, right? I want to watch videos of soldiers moving, and then like the Russian bloc coming in, and then there's the Allies coming in, and then all of us like squeezing into Berlin. We want all of that, and I want the parts of the map to be changing color to watch it over time with a timeline going down on the side. Yeah, okay, I have a very good idea of how this museum should go. And wait for this, I want a diorama. Because if you're going to a German history museum, give me a fucking diorama of one of the battles. Give me Stalingrad on a diorama, ideally. But they don't do any of that. Just all very modern and very nicely done. But there has to be some Nazi stuff there. I said it. The thing I've been skirting over for the last 5 minutes, I've said it. You're paying €10, 10 Euro, for Deutsches Historisches Museum, and there's no Nazi stuff. That's fucked up. Show me something. And then I'm the girl that's going off being like, I want that. And I know the optics of it with the way I look, but like, you have to. That's a trade-off. That is a trade-off that you give. I'm fine with it now, obviously. It was just a bad museum choice on my part.
Did you learn about the potato?
Yeah, it came from Peru. Do you want to know anything else about it? Actually, they also had a lot about Hildegard. 1 second, Sean's got back. He's definitely not going to stay in that hotel. Because it's like staying in the Ritz.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, Helen, I'll come on the show. If you invite me onto Helen's log, I'll come on the show and I'll tell the full story. I didn't know it was Hitler's hotel. I didn't think I could have loved this hotel anymore.
Okay, I'm literally going to send you dates like in probably, I don't know, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But also, if you're by any chance in Farringdon right now, then just come up. If you're in Farringdon, you have to come and tell us about it. I can't believe he actually did stay there. You're always right. You do remember things very well.
I do. I've got good memory.
Yeah, he had. So it's called Hotel Adlon. I have actually been there for a champagne once with my old boss from catering at the National Theatre, who also lived in Berlin a similar time I did.
Oh, wow.
And we went for like a champagne glass together at that hotel, which always felt really weird. But there's actually like, apparently the bunker, which obviously like is I think they filled it with cement, obviously, because whatever. It's like you can go and walk up into the hotel, so Hitler could like go and get drinks and stuff in the hotel without having to go outside. Isn't that bananas?
It's so weird just thinking about him as like a person just
And
walking,
how
because
modern.
he's so evil. Like you just think of him as like, I don't know, living in the depths of hell, but like
Yeah.
he was just walking around.
Going for, there was a thing in Austria, I think it's quite recent, not super recent, but they just finally decided what to do with his childhood home. Because like, I don't know if anyone knows this, like it's just, there's, with like dictators and stuff, like people who've done these horrific atrocities, it's like, they're like, very sadly, the world we live in, they always have supporters. There will always be people that think, oh, in an ideal world, that's what would have happened, or like they martyrdom them, you know?
Blows my
It's
mind.
fucking mad, but also like people like lots of different things. Do you know what I mean?
It's like when people like get upset, like write into like serial killers in prison and like.
But
all that
everyone
kind of
has
stuff.
different tastes. I think Princess Diaries to a royal engagement is a perfect film, but I know that Nathan at home won't even watch it. Do you know what I mean? So like everyone,
I have to say I'm with Nathan on that.
it's you. Are you being serious?
I've never seen it. No.
Well, then you don't know.
Yeah, I know. I
One
can't
second,
speak.
dear listener. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that, you bitchy piece of shit? Are you serious? What, because it was women? Because it's women in the lead roles? Because it's Chris Pine?
Yeah. They
Because
should be
it's
in the-
Chris Pine being incredible?
She should be in the kitchen,
you know-
not running a kingdom.
She does go in the kitchen when they have a princess party and they sing a princess party song. Wait for this. It's a duet between who? Raven Simone from That's So Raven and the Cheetah Girls. And who does she do the duet with? Julie Andrews.
Okay, that is incredible.
From Victor Victoria.
And do you know what? I'm going to counter myself.
Thank you.
The first one, perfect film.
Right.
A perfect-
Favorite character? 1, 2, 3. Paolo.
Paolo.
Yeah, good girl. Just for the makeover. Ah!
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best comedy performances of all fucking time.
It's so funny. I just love the makeover thing. It's like at the time I was like, oh God, her hair. And then you look at the like before the makeover bit and I'm like, I would like kill to look
For
like that.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big original Mia Thermopolis
Incredible.
minuet Rinaldi hair. Yeah. 100%.
I also do think, I think Anne Hathaway is one of those people where I just think she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
bananas how fit she is.
Yeah.
How fit. And also, what are the odds that her name is Anne Hathaway?
Is that her real name?
Shakespeare's wife, isn't that crazy?
I think that's her stage name, surely.
No, I think it's her real. I like to
Is
believe it's her
it?
real name.
I hope so.
Maybe
as
I'm
well.
not right.
No,
Wait,
let me...
we have to look it up. Wait, we've got another voice note from Sean. Sorry, guys, it's going to be one of those episodes where we just go in and out, of course.
Wait, is this actually on the episode? Are you sending these during your recording of an episode? I'm not in Farringdon.
Yeah, this whole thing. I'm literally like holding the phone up to the microphone and then playing it whilst me and Holly talk about the Princess Diaries in between. Any thoughts on Princess Diaries to a royal engagement? We'd love to hear from you. Maybe this is how we do it from now onwards. This is how I interview people. Who should I send a voice note to now?
We do need to get Sean on there. Oh my God, Anne Hathaway's birth name is Anne Hathaway.
Oh my God, I knew it.
So it was hers. It was not even her, like... That's incredible.
That makes me really happy.
Do you
very
think in the
beautiful.
future someone will be like, what are the chances her name was actually Helen Bauer?
I'm going to voice note Sam and see if he responds.
We can't keep doing voice
I
notes.
can't stop now.
Stop it.
Sam, I'm doing my podcast and I'm just sending voice notes to people. So here's one for you. If you can sing a song and send it back, thank you very much. Have a good life.
Helen, what would your DJ name be if you had one? We were talking about this last night.
I know, I want to say that, but I also want to tell you about what happened to Hitler's childhood home. But I feel like maybe you're thinking we shouldn't talk about Hitler anymore.
Yeah,
Okay, it's a police station.
That was a segue. That was a segue, Helen.
It's a police station.
That was a producer decision to segue away.
Oh my God. But can I do a Helen's History Corner though? And then I promise I'll focus.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, guys. Welcome to Helen's History Corner. This is, oh my God, we've not done an episode just me for so long, have we?
No.
I've lost my focus.
And I remember why. Please. I'm really hoping Sean says he's in Farringdon.
So he can run up and, but then there's a full Hitler episode.
No.
But there is a lot to dissect there. And if we don't learn history, we don't learn from our mistakes. And I think that's very important, actually. So yeah, actually, Bauer slay.
I'm already learning my mistake was not booking a guest this week.
But I love to chat with people. Right underneath the on the comments on YouTube, if you think If you think I shouldn't do episodes alone anymore, or if you think I should, or which guests you'd like to have on or come back. Actually, that would actually save us a lot of time having to think. Please do that, because usually it's just me voice noting people the day before. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Okay, Helen's History Corner. You're going to love this one. Please remember, Helen's History Corner, for those who are maybe new here, it's when I tell you about a time period in history that I learn about from someone else. And then I tell it to you, and there's a good chance I've misremembered something. But trust me, my telling is close enough as it could be. Okay, gather. Have you guys ever heard of Pedro the First of Portugal? Because I hadn't.
No,
I know
never.
nothing about any Portuguese kings or queens, or we've got a voice note from Sean. This is the last one I press, and then Helen's History Corner. 1 second.
Yeah, it's the best film ever, and I want to retract the comment about how I love the fact that Hitler stayed in that hotel. Publicly put out against my will. What you're doing. But I hope you're having a great episode, and your listeners, viewers, should watch your episode of my show, The Sean Mctalk Show, which is seeing a surge in numbers. Thanks to great guests like you, Helen.
You guys actually should go watch the Sean McTalk Show. It is so funny.
Okay, we need to get Sean on this ASAP. We love him.
For some reason, I thought like a naughty child. I was going to be like, no, I am going to do it.
I'm seeing Sean's wife tonight as
you
well.
You literally are.
Because we're having an affair.
Could we book through Alexa?
Could
we book through Alexa?
Alexa, we should get them both on. I love her so much.
That would be beautiful.
Shout out Alexa.
And I can tell them all about Pedro.
Yes, sorry.
Of Portugal. Okay. Also, the reason I was interested in him is because his, like, I don't know what they call it, but like the nickname, you know, kings and queens, and they get nicknames like the Virgin Queen or whatever, is Pedro the Cruel, which is awful to be called Pedro the Cruel. And honestly, I don't think he's that cruel. I actually think he's a fucking 10 out of 10, like, babe. Okay. Not always. Okay. This is his story. So this is medieval period in fucking Portugal, right? So just know we're like middle of the Middle Ages, like life expectancy extremely low. Everyone's kind of fucking, but everyone's also like very religious. And there is also like, we're at the point sort of similar to England where it's like there is the crown, but there is also the court, but the crown oversees the court. But there's like a lot of moving parts going on. So we're starting to form we're nowhere near a democracy, but whatever. So Pedro, I'm going to assume 13. And they're like, you've got to get married. But he's already grown up in a world where like marriage don't mean a thing to the person who's going to be king. Like everyone has a mistress. Everyone has a girlfriend. They're probably like fucking half their nights as well.
Yeah.
Like we love a bi king, slay, fluid. So everyone's doing their own thing, but you still have to have a queen and you still have to have babies, right? So there's like, those are the things. Pedro is completely in love with this girl called Inez, who is like noble.
Great name.
I love the name Inez so much.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stunning and it's stoic.
Shout out to Inez Gordon, one
That's
of my
exactly
friends.
what I was thinking.
We love her.
I know her too.
I know.
It's really fun for us.
That is fun.
Hi Inez, if you're listening. Wir lieben dich. And then he's completely in love with her, but then they're like, you have to marry this woman instead. Like, this woman is going to be queen. I think she's something to do with the English or French court. And they're like, we just need this just for peace. Like, this is just for the good of everyone. He's like, fine. But as long as Inez is in her court of women, so she goes everywhere we go. And they're like, okay, fine. So he's just fucking Inez this whole time, whilst also being married and fucking the queen. The queen then gets pregnant and has a baby. But wait for this, she dies in childbirth, as was very popular to do then. That was I think probably 50-50 chance, I'm guessing. Like, it was just a fucking nightmare, right? It was just awful. So she does in childbirth. So then he's like, great. Technically, I married a queen. Now I'm going to marry Inez. Because I've done what I had to do. I did what I was told by my dad, and he's got loads of fucking partners on the side, and I'm going to marry for love, which I only learned this through being like listening to another podcast, marriage was nothing to do with love. at this point. Like nothing
No,
to do
it's all
with it.
transactional. Like
So, like,
money, power.
But like you didn't even have to like pretend you were in love or say you were in love. Like it was nothing to do with that. Like it was just like, it just is a marriage and then you can have your love separate. But like he wanted both together, marriage and love, which was like really bizarre as a concept.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's like talking to your boyfriend about your feelings instead of your friends. Do you know what I mean? But it's like he was so in love with Inez, right? But his dad says, what the fuck, you can't do that. So he runs off, Pedro the Cruel, and marries Inez. And obviously his dad like takes him to court and goes, you literally, you can't do that. You can't marry her. Like she's nothing. Then, wait for this, his daddy gets people and they kill Inez. And then she dies, right? Awful. Holly, correct face. Very, very sad. And then wait for this.
God.
3 months after she gets killed, Pedro's dad dies, the king. Slightly suspicious circumstances, but everything's suspicious in the Middle Ages because people would just not wake up because they had like a chill.
Gout.
Because they were like, sometimes they would just have a cut and it would just go septic overnight. Do you know what I mean? Like it was like people just like, it sounds awful, but people were dying. People were dying.
Absolutely.
But
Sometimes
his
I
dad
wake...
dying 3 months after, it
Yeah.
feels a little bit.
Sometimes I wake up and I'm literally like, my first thought is, I am so glad I was born when antibiotics existed.
Yeah. I would not have made it this far.
No, I would have died in infancy.
You would have gone before me.
Yeah,
Because
1000%.
you did operations before me. Like if we're just forgetting about everything else.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
way.
No way. That's sad for us. I'm glad we made it.
Same.
And thank you to the listener for allowing us to make it in many
Yeah.
ways. Anyway, Inez, right? She's dead. Then his dad dies. So then he becomes king. And he's like, okay, first fucking thing I'm doing, I want everyone who killed her to come to me. He rounds them all up. And he's like, right, we should do a trial. But he was like, no, you killed the love of my life. And he's so passionate about Inez. He's like, first thing I'm going to do is you're all going to die, but I want to do it by my own hand. So he kills them. What's his method? Just cuts them open, pulls out their hearts. Because he's a romantic. He's a romantic. And they killed his lovely wife. They killed his queen, his Inez, right?
That is some Game of Thrones.
Incredible.
Gossip Girl.
Pedro the Cruel? Come on, man. Is he cruel or is he in love, right? Next move. What happens after that? You've become king. You can do anything you want. Rips out the hearts of people who killed his wife.
What year is this?
Middle age. Oh, let's say 1300s.
Okay. Right.
I mean, maybe Google actually
Yeah,
before
yeah.
I just say that. Okay, next move. What do? You dig up your wife. Of course. She's been dead 3 months, but you want to get her exhumed 100%. I'm not quite sure we had the embalming processes that were already well.
Yeah,
Is it
it was like
1300s?
1300s, yeah.
So we're talking like kind of like Middle Ages. The Middle Ages. Okay, wait for this. Then he gets her body dug up. But he's like, she's my queen. So he puts her on a throne and puts a crown on her head, which you should not do with a body that's 3 months old. You have to let people rest in
grief
peace.
is hard.
Grief is very hard. And he was very in love. And
Did he like taxidermy her or just like
I
put
actually
her...
don't know these details, of course, but I imagine the smell was very intense, but he loved her so much. He loved her so much, but she should have been queen in his eyes. And he didn't want her to never have that experience. So he got all his courtiers to have to go kiss her hand of this rotting lady. Awful. But he fucking loved Inez. Like, I cannot tell you
Also, after 3 months, you would not be looking good.
No, they're obviously tough for Inez. I'm hoping they gave her a sweet veil. Okay. And then and then obviously they're like, we need to bury her again. But he wants to build like these big.
That wasn't me being like, put makeup on her.
No.
I meant like.
Yeah, it's
she'd be
this is how
rotting.
awful grief is. Like he's lost this woman, he lost all the control over it, and he wanted her to be queen, and he felt that she'd been done such a big disservice, which she has. She's been murdered for being in love. And he wanted her on the throne. And then he builds these like big tombs for her where the idea is that when they he will be buried next to her, but he wants her on her side, so when they awake they'll be facing each other. And I think on the side of it says like to the end of the world inscribed. Isn't that beautiful. But he was called Pedro the Cruel.
I mean,
And he's not. He only cut out 2 hearts. Do you not think that's romantic?
no.
Hello?
I mean, I can see the thing, but this is the thing. I'm only getting his side of the story.
Yeah.
She might not have liked him.
No. Because she must. Oh, yeah, she might not have done.
She might not have.
Don't do
and
that.
And then he's dug her up and put her on a throne. Like,
oh my God, the way this is going to really devastate me. Did Inez like Pedro?
Yeah, it doesn't scream Baz Luhrmann's going to do a biopic, you know? It's
Yes,
like,
Inez de Castro loved Infante Pedro, later King Pedro the First of Portugal.
okay.
Often, okay, that is unfortunately AI overview, but no, he loved Queen Inez. They loved each other. No, I'm not doing this. They loved each other. This is a story of love and grief in the 1300s. And also, like, I didn't realize that I knew that kings and queens had to marry to, like, keep peace in areas or to make alliances or for finances. But I didn't realize that just in general, like, including not the king and queen, marriage wasn't really about love. Like, I always assumed.
No, I knew it was yeah, that's how.
When did marriage start? Did people in Bible times get married? I don't think that was a thing, was it? Like, when was the first wedding?
I actually don't know.
Wait, these are the big questions.
I literally have no idea.
When did marriage start?
But it was about like, it was the only way, marriage was the only way women could survive, really. Like, it was like you weren't allowed your own money, so it was all to do with money and being transactional, and like usually the dad would like choose and approve who you were marrying.
Yeah.
And it was just basically so you could like live and have money.
Just like to apologise to everyone. The first wedding was in 2350 BC in Mesopotamia.
Yes.
That's where the ceremonies came back to.
Yes.
So I'd like to apologise. Do you know how they
it must have
found,
been slightly about love. There must have been love wedding. Like, people must have been in love. I think there must have
still been love matches, for sure. Do you know how they found, how they matched up brides and grooms in, like, ancient Babylon?
Oh, God.
This is awful.
Is it like likey or lighty?
Yeah. Literally. It's the original likey, like, you know, the dowry system. So sort of like, you got to, like, the father of the bride will, like, pay a certain amount to the groom's family. The dowry system. Yeah. So then in ancient Babylon, what they would do is they'd like have like a wedding season. It makes me think about Mulan. Do you remember in Mulan where they would have to like line up and like do a tea ceremony to be like seen as like a really good girl to marry?
They do this in Bridgerton.
Literally, as soon as I was saying that, I was like, literally Bridgerton. Right, so in ancient Babylon, they had their own version of this, right? Where
basically a school disco.
Is this it? But it's worse than a school disco.
No.
They made all the women of like eligible age, which unfortunately I'm gonna say was probably fucking 10, but let's just pretend it's 22. Just we've got like some semblance of dignity to us. They'd make them all line up, and then wait for this. They'd order them in fittest to least fittest. Literally.
Oh my God, it's like hot or not in
literally. And the dowries, obviously, like the higher dowry, lower dowry, like depending on where you were, where like the grooms, like if it was such a woman who was so beautiful and of so many talents, then the family who were marrying, like if she was the most, let's say the most beautiful, accomplished woman, the family who she was marrying into would sometimes pay her family as a thank you for the gift of her beauty, of her chastity, right? So you could make money off a really gorgeous and talented daughter back in Babylon.
You can still do that now.
You still can do that
now. Get in front of a you're going to be my YouTube baby.
Literally, actually, you fucking can. Like, get on the camera, start singing, start dancing.
Yeah.
And then, sadly, start wearing bikinis. Like,
dear.
Yeah, we all saw that Piper Raquel thing. It was fucking awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're in ancient Babylon. Keep it real, guys. And then they get down. So obviously they get paid less and less and less. And then at some point, you're getting to zero, which is when it's like, we're not going to pay you anything, but you don't have to pay us anything either. We'll just call it even, right? So you get to the girl who's zero, which means when she is priced at zero, every girl after her is now costing her family money because of her looks and accomplishments.
No.
And they're literally going down the line. Could you fucking imagine? Could you, like, oh my God.
So you could be in debt because you're a munter.
Literally. Like, sorry, Daddy. No fires or wood this winter.
I don't see how anyone could
My
look...
teeth are wonky.
I don't see how anyone could look good in like medieval. Yeah, sorry, Daddy, I've got the plague, so I can't.
Sorry, Daddy.
Like,
oh, Daddy, I'm really sorry. I'm full of open sores.
yeah.
What are we going to do about this then? Like, and then him just being like, oh, fucking, well, that's the donkey gone. Brilliant. 2 donkeys gone.
Also,
Here we
these
go.
would have been like, what? You'd have been like 13 up? Like,
Yeah. And all your friends and like just being aware of like where you stood in that line.
oh my God.
Oh my God. And also like how did they get in the line? Because like, unfortunately in my head, I picture it being like 2 town elders, right? And obviously this is Babylon, so town elders were probably 23 max.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, that's like, are they just going along like looking at them? Because like obviously fertility is very important. But like, how are they? Oh my!
What was the beauty standard then?
I don't know. What were the beauty? I mean, beauty standards are so fascinating.
It's so fascinating.
Beauty
But also,
standards.
I think, because you wouldn't have been where... I always think about this. I do not think I would have looked good in those, like, dresses and stuff. Any kind of medieval wear, Victorian wear, anything, I think I would have looked really funky.
Okay, I would have crushed.
Really?
I would have crushed. Sorry, guys. Babylonian beauty standards, okay, which is 2000 to 1600 BCE, which is the same as BC. I never know why they put BCE sometimes. It confuses me.
Earth? I don't know.
Right?
Before Christ.
Before Christ on earth.
On Earth.
Because he was everywhere. It probably fucking is. Anyway, let's pray to the baby Jesus. Babylonian beauty standards emphasized elaborate grooming. Sorry, I brushed my hair literally this morning.
You do. You
Symmetry. I'm symmetrical enough.
You are symmetrical.
And for women, an hourglass figure with long legs, often modelled after the goddess Inanna, who I've never heard of before. And both genders used heavy makeup, kohl eyeliner, and red lip paint, with men favouring long, curled, oiled beards and hair signifying strength and social status. Literally, female ideal, inspired by the goddess Inanna. Women were expected to have an hourglass figure with ample breasts, a slim waist, and long legs. I'm sorry, I'm 6'1". I've got double J cup jugs, and yeah, my waist can go in. Holy fuck!
Damn.
I'm sorry, they would have had to pay my daddy.
I would have cost
buy mum the fur she wants. Buy mummy the fur she wants. I'm making bank for you. Do you want to tell them how tall you are, Holly?
My
for the
torso
listener?
is square. I'm telling you, I would have cost my family money.
No, you've got beautiful dark eyes and you'd wear kohl eyeliner on them and look gorgeous because you're very gorgeous.
But
unfortunately, you don't have the length.
I have no length. I have little legs that run me around town.
Oh, baby.
Like a little chihuahua.
Oh, baby.
And I have a square torso, which I don't mind.
No, but like it's hard when you're putting yourself in. So obviously I'm over the moon for myself.
I'm
so
over
like,
the moon for you as well.
Oh my God, finally somewhere I belong. Ancient Babylon.
Babylon.
But also, didn't the Renaissance, weren't they obsessed with like chub as well?
Yeah.
I feel like they were like, because hourglass, maybe I'm reading this wrong, but hourglass for me suggests.
Skinny was only the 90s.
Yeah.
Like.
Hourglass makes sense to me that it's chub.
Yeah.
Hourglass is chub, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's like thigh.
Yeah.
Like there's warmth there.
Yeah.
They
were,
You're not cold in winter.
No.
She's an hourglass figure. She's warm. Like that's what I'm hearing in my head.
Also, it was like, wasn't it the sort of guess the more hourglass you were, it represented wealth as well. And like
you could afford
riches,
to eat.
because you could afford to eat. Like being skinny meant like
of course
you were poor.
Yeah, it's like
poor and ill health. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, let me just look up Renaissance beauty standards. Is this toxic that we're doing this?
Yeah.
me and Holly just trying to figure out how
I actually
fit
forgot
we
were recording.
I always forget we're recording. Okay, Renaissance beauty standards, which is the 1400s to 1600s, obviously AD. It's a BC and AD, yeah. Okay, prioritized a highly stylized, youthful appearance, pale skin, high foreheads, golden hair, and plump figures. I'm I am
What's a high
sorry.
forehead?
Remember we talked about this the other week?
Oh yeah, and we discovered
I have a
mine
5
was
head.
weirdly.
You
I have
have-
a 3 head.
Oh, Holly.
I know I would have really done
Oh,
badly.
Holly. Wait for this. Oh my God. Hair, long, wavy, golden blonde hair was the ideal. Women use sun-bleaching lemon juice and harsh mixtures, including urine, to achieve this shade. I know this.
I cannot believe what a munter I would have been in Babylon.
No, this is the Renaissance.
Renaissance, it's even worse.
Wait. Pick a different period and we'll look up beauty standards for that. This is my new favourite game now. What do you want? Do you want Middle Ages? What do you want?
Yeah.
Do you want Jesus? Jesus?
Yeah.
You want the year 0?
Yeah.
Okay. And then maybe we'll have luck with like Egyptian. Oh, wait, no. If I type in year 0, it says turn of the 11th. It's characterized by extremely thin, heroin chic body ideals that prioritize the very small frame, often focusing on visible bones, hip bones, and collarbones. Which, just to repeat, people, like everyone has a different body, and there's like reasons everyone has a different body, and also and everyone's reasons are literally none of your business, and it doesn't matter if they can control or not control them. It's none of your business. But visible bones, it's just such a good example of how people do want women to be weaker and unwell.
Yeah, they want them
Because
to
the
be
diets we were put on was
small, take up less space, all of that.
And
It's-
physically unwell.
I
There's a-
find like beauty, it's so interesting because even talking to like, because I think it is really rare that we talk about insecurities, but whenever we do,
yeah.
it's so interesting what my friends are insecure about on their body. And I'm like, that is so mad because to me, I would never have, I always think like, I would love to have like, I don't know, your arms or your nose or like your whatever. It's really interesting.
Do you remember the first time you watched Mean Girls? Right?
Yes, of course.
And they like Lindsay Lohan's Katie goes to
Oh, it's
Regina's house
so
and they all go
pure.
straight to the mirror.
Yeah.
And like she hasn't grown up in this like world or like in a different like not with that culture. And they're like talking about their paws and their calves
And their
I can't remember. Is it
shoulders.
shoulders they also talk about? And she's like so bizarre. And I was like, oh my God, like the idea that anyone would even think about their shoulders. And then but if I think about it, then I think about it. Like,
yeah. That
I
film
did
is the
not
first time I
realise-
realised I had like weirdly small shoulders that don't support my arm.
Interesting.
Like, I was suddenly like, and then I suddenly realised like straps like just fall.
And what a weird thing to think about.
It's so strange.
And
Like,
then no judgment. It's just like
but it is, but
so
it's like,
bizarre.
it's
yeah.
honestly, we're made to think about all this stuff so that we don't,
yeah.
get anything done.
Yeah.
And then all the like men in their businesses can just go about their day because we're too distracted by, powder.
I remember like I was always like obsessed with thinking about my legs. My legs
Why?
being
You've got
too big.
lovely legs.
It was just the one in my head. But I wasn't aware that people were having a similar experience thinking about their arms. Because I still don't think about my arms.
I had to train myself.
I was so obsessed with my legs I couldn't think about my arms.
Honest to God, I think I was the opposite. I had to train myself. I like spent a couple in my 20s just being like, I can never wear anything that shows
without a cardigan.
my arm, without a cardigan or anything, even though it's so ridiculous to me now. And I just had to train myself and be like, that is so stupid. Just do
Right?
it. And now it's like, I don't think about it. But I was so insecure about my arms for no reason. I
It's
look back at
interesting.
photos and I'm like,
Covered up.
yeah. And I was like, what are you doing?
Alison Spittle's got a great bit about arms. I mean, if Alison's on tour right now, so you have to go. But just, I'm not going to ruin the bit, but it's brilliant. But it was something for me. I was like, oh God, I really didn't pay attention to that
Yeah.
because I was fine having my arms out, but like I was like the age of like mini skirts sort of a thing.
Yes.
And I just remember
love a
being like,
miniskirt.
I know these legs are like bigger than other people's. And for some reason that was a really big problem. Instead of it being like, my legs are like, who gives a fuck? Of course they're going to be bigger. Like double the size of everyone else. Anyway, guys, do you want to hear the ancient Egyptian beauty standards? This is my new favorite game. This is, okay. Ancient Egyptian beauty standards empathize youth, symmetry, and hygiene, often mirroring modern ideals of slim athletic bodies for both genders. You fucking Egyptian pieces of shit. A slender, lean and athletic physique was preferred, while women often depicted with narrow hips, broad shoulders, tapering to a flat stomach was admired for both sexes. Skin. Smooth, hairless skin was highly valued. Egyptians used racks and sugar boost methods for hair removal. You know what? Fuck them.
Yeah.
That could have been the start of all of it.
Yeah.
Not all of it. It's probably those ass. Okay, I didn't think it was going to be that. I thought it was going to be like thick, dark hair. They wanted, yeah. So they wanted slim looking.
Men are disgusting.
Men are disgusting, but also there should be no ideal. Because also in the Renaissance, we think about that as being good because you wanted this plump figure. But it's like people's bodies can't gain weight. There's people who really struggle to get to that size because that's like incredibly uncomfortable for them. People have like a multitude of different like food issues, but also digestion things or like medical things. And it's like if you make a body type an ideal, then people are going to be searching for it. Actually, I fucking hate the Renaissance now and I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, me too.
I've just done a 180. Why do I always do this?
And they didn't have antibiotics.
And they didn't have antibiotics. You know what they were doing? They were putting fennel leaves in places. They were just putting fennel leaves up places and being like, that'll do. Or leeching things. And you can't just do that. You have to get people to go to a doctor, of course.
Oh, can you imagine anything worse than having leeches put on you? It makes me feel so...
Have you been leeched?
No, obviously.
I've been leeched.
Have you?
Yeah.
What?
I got drained. I got fucking drained.
What? Why?
I have to tell this. Shout out to my cousin Hannah.
No,
I hope you're well if you're listening.
No, in the NHS?
No, I went to my cousin's house and I got eaten alive.
What? Explain.
Okay, I'm in Brisbane.
Yeah.
This is literally just 2 years ago. I've never been leeched in my entire life. And at this point, I've spent like a lot of time in Malaysia as a kid, right? I've seen family members getting
accidental
leeched.
leeching.
Yeah, of course.
I thought you meant like you went to a doctor and they like put...
No, I'm 34. I was born in 91.
Yes, I know, but that's why I was
I'm not
so
very good at
baffled.
storytelling. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
that's
actually
why
really...
I asked about the NHS.
I didn't even hear you say NHS because I'm too busy thinking about what I'm going to say. I'm so sorry. I'm an awful friend. I'm an awful friend. You're so beautiful. Anyway, continuing on. I was in Australia and I was in Brisbane and my cousin was like, oh, do you want to come stay at mine if you've got a couple of days off? I was like, oh my God, I can take some days off this year. This would be amazing. So she picked me up after my show in Brisbane, drove me out to hers, and she lives in like the borderlands. So like inland Australia, which is already crazy because like they haven't done anything on the inside yet. You know what I mean? So you're just driving into like nothing. And she kept on being like, oh, just, the house is fully sealed. So, like nothing will get in or out. And I was like, what are you like? Why do you keep saying that? Like the fact you have to keep on telling me that no snake's going to get in makes me think a snake's going to get in.
Yeah, big time.
It's about like an hour and a bit to our property. We get to our property and obviously I'm so excited. Like I've never been anywhere like this before in my life.
Yeah.
It's just like incredible. So we have a drink and we have like a little walk around the property. Like she's got like a head torch on, I've got a torch, and we're just like looking at stuff. She's building like a hot tub. It's like really cool.
Wow.
There's a possum nest. Like we're just like,
oh my God, I would love to see a possum.
Exploring. I've also been like doing a show every day maybe for like 6 weeks straight at this point. So like the excitement goes and I get very, very sleepy, and she's like, oh, like just go to bed. Like here's your, like the perfect host. Like she's an angel. Like here's a bathroom, here's your bedroom, bed all made up, all fresh, like towels and everything. And she's like, just whenever you wake up in the morning, I'll make a pot of coffee. Like you do you. And I was like, oh my God, amazing. So I go into the room, like go into the bathroom, put on pajamas and just like jump into bed. I'm so fucking tired. And then I'm going to say like 11 hours later, I wake up. I'm so tired. I wake up, I get up, I stand up, I stretch, right? And I've got my like little shorts on and a t-shirt. And as I'm stretching, like something drops from me. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like maybe from the... So I jump, right?
Oh no, that makes me feel
and I
so
look
ill.
down and there's just blood splattered up the window. Like of this like big like floor to ceiling window. And I'm like, must have been there last night. Do you know what I mean? Like must have been like an accident that's happened before. Like I couldn't fathom that it came from my body. And then I see this like black pulsing slug on the ground.
Oh no.
And my cousin at this point has heard like me open the curtains and it's like, oh hi Helen, like do you want a coffee? And I was like, yeah. And then I'm just sort of like looking up, trying to figure out like exactly what's going on. I'm still waking up. she comes in and I'm like, good morning. I was like, what is that? She's looking at me like, oh my God. She pulls the duvet back. It's just red. Like, and it's not like period, like a bit of a puddle of blood. Like we're talking like fucking shark attack. She's like, she kept saying, don't panic. But apparently it was because I was so confused. My heart must have been beating quite fast. But because I hadn't noticed it was on me and it had been there clearly for it over-engorged that it vomited up blood. Like it went too long. That when I was like, what's going on? My heartbeat was pulsing blood out of the hole at the back of my leg. It was coming out with each beat. But remember, I should be really like, oh my God, let's sort this out. But I was so embarrassed. Like,
why were you embarrassed? I would have fainted.
I've only met as an adult like 4 times, right?
Yeah, but you don't know that. I didn't know leeches could survive outside of water.
This is the thing. Of course they can. They can survive anywhere. So what happened is, we reckon, is when I was walking around the property at night.
How did it get?
They can live in like wet bits of grass, like if it's been raining and stuff like that, in a humid atmosphere they can be. So clearly it must have got onto my shoe or onto my sock or onto my jeans as I was walking around.
Oh my God, this
and
made
then
me feel
throughout
dizzy.
the night, is this, wait, do you want to stop?
No.
Are you sure?
No, keep going. I need to know.
Because it's not important.
I need to know the end.
Okay, you do look a little bit pale, if I'm honest.
Mm.
You want to give it a minute?
No, it's fine. Let's go.
Okay, I reckon... well, what she thinks happened is like, I must have taken my clothes off. I just dumped them in the corner of the room, and like it must have been like following my heartbeat whilst I was sleeping. And then I want to be very clear. It's painless.
Were you not grossed out?
It's painless. No, I picked it up and held it before we threw it away.
That is so weird. I would be freaking.
Well, it was my first leeching. It was quite exciting in many ways, I guess. In many ways.
I've never once in my life thought, I wonder when my first leeching will be.
Yeah, just have the experience. I love to do that. But I slept through it, of course. But she was like, I've never seen a leech over-engorge itself so much that it vomits blood up a wall.
They can't get to take loads of blood, though, really. Like, surely.
It must have taken on quite a bit, because when it fell from me in the morning, it fell because of the weight of it. Because usually you have to, like, fire it off, you know? Because you don't want to pull it off, you have to fire it off.
Yeah. Wow, what a story.
And then there was a snake in the bathroom that evening. I was like,
there was
a
snake in the bathroom when I went to France, where we were staying. I like walked into the living room and there was just this massive snake just like going across.
In France?
Yeah.
I never think of snakes in
and
Europe,
then I know
they do exist.
I'm not scared of snakes at all, and I assumed it wasn't poisonous. So I was just like trying to chase it out. They were like, and then it just disappeared on the sofa, and I was like, well, I guess it lives here now.
This is where it stays.
This is our holiday guest. Yeah.
Snakes are not my favourite.
I wouldn't. Obviously, I don't want to be near like a rattlesnake or something. But I don't mind picking a girl that lived maybe 2 doors down from me had a pet snake when I was growing up. So I just
That's fine. A pet.
So I used to go around and hold it, and it was nice.
I've held snakes. I'm okay with snakes. I just don't like wild ones. I can't identify.
I don't want it to bite me.
And I also I don't trust anything where I'm like, your speed changes too fast, madam. You know, like
I don't like that you can
your speed goes
dislocate
too
your
quick.
jaw.
Yeah, and you can do it at a different speed. Like I only have I have 2 speeds, and to get between the 2 takes a bit of time.
Yeah,
like I'm not a sprinter. Whereas anything that can just go like jump, I'm like no. And I also don't know if you can climb or not. Like, have you ever been to somewhere with mangroves, like in a mangrove forest?
No.
Which is like, in general, like a swampy area, usually somewhere very humid where you have to like be on a boat to get through it, right?
No, I've never done that.
So they have like a lot in Southeast Asia, like a lot of mangrove forests. And it like snakes, there's water snakes, right? Who swim like eels. But there's also snakes that live in trees and they drop down on you.
Oh, yeah.
I know. No. I don't know.
I don't want a snake to drop down
I don't
on
want you to
me.
drop on me because no. But I also don't want it to be a massive snake, but I'd rather it be a massive snake than a little snake, and I think you might get in my ear. Actually, I think I might be a little bit scared of snakes. Now I'm talking.
I think
I'm actually,
so.
the more I'm
that's
talking,
the
more
way
nervous
I'm like
making
about
myself.
spiders. I'm like, absolutely no way.
Oh my God, but I have to say this.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, we've barely talked about Berlin. We do in the extras.
We do. In the
Actually, you get the
extras.
behind the scenes of the family holiday in the extras. That comes out tomorrow. Please enjoy the extras. And by the way, for everyone who is a patron, you guys, thank you so much. Do you have any idea how amazing it is? Because it means that this podcast, not only can we make any money from it, but more importantly, we can keep making it for everyone else. We can keep having an episode that comes out each week, and we can keep doing it on YouTube and having all these cameras and working with this amazing company, because it's not a cheap business. And you guys make it possible for everyone else. So please, if you're listening to this and you're not a Patreon, do consider joining us for a little bit, but also just send out good vibes to the loggers and loggies who are patrons. That was not what I meant to say, but I just wanted to say it because I was thinking about them yesterday. Thank you so much. Okay, guess what? I did 2 open mics. And I swear this is my first time, I think, since before COVID. And it's not, and I don't want anyone to be like, oh, it's because you think you're better than open mic. I don't believe anyone is ever better than open mic. You should always go to open mic. For anyone who doesn't know what open mic is for a stand-up comedian, it's the most magical thing ever. There's shows, there's gigs, there's tours where you're booked way in advance, and you go on stage and you do a polished 20, or you put on your own new material show and whatever. Open mic is the purest form. It's an audience of people who are oh God, who knows what's going to happen? All the comics being we don't actually know what's going to happen. And you just all go, there's 8, 10 of you, God knows how many, doing 5 to 10 minutes each. And it's just guessing at vibes. And I haven't done it in so long because I guess I'm very lucky that I get to do solo shows or tour or book on different shows. But I haven't been somewhere where the audience just doesn't care. No, they care. I'm saying this wrong because they do care. They want to have a really good night. They just don't give a fuck who you are, what you've done. They're just make us laugh. It's so pure. And there's no you've seen her on this or on that, or you some of you would recognize that it's just sort of yeah, this girl's visiting Germany. Oh my God. And you can just do anything. You just say anything and then you just walk away and you get a free beer. I fucking loved it. And thank you to the comics there who were very, very nice to me and made me feel very welcome because I'm so out the loop. I used to do open mic in Berlin, by the way, 10 years ago. For anyone who's new, I started doing stand-up comedy whilst living in Germany. And I have the fondest memories of that time. It was just so exciting, such an exciting time. But obviously the open mic comics there now are new. They started in the last 10 years. Some of them started literally 3 months ago. So I don't know any of them. And I was going to the open mic and I felt it was literally 10 years later, me going in with my backpack and I've still got on my notepad and I'm still a bit nervous. And I'm hi, I'm Helen. I've got a spot tonight. Where do the comics sit? And I just oh my God, I can't believe I still get to do this. And I get to be very sweet. And they were all very, very welcoming and very, very nice. And oh my God, I saw a girl called, actually 2 comics that I fucking loved. Maya Upchurch, go find her on Instagram. She's based in Berlin. But she said she's going to start, I think she just visited London, but she's going to visit again. I think she's just so special, so funny. And I really liked her. And then Alison, oh my God, Alison, let me know your name. Luban, Helen Ann, maybe it was Luban. Lujan, Alison Lujan, who's a very new comic, but just something I was you're funny. You're funny. Alison Lujan comedy and Maya Upchurch comedy. Go find them on Instagram. Go follow them. They put up reels. They're brand new. If you're living in Germany, you will definitely get to see them. But if you want to watch someone right at the beginning of what I think will be a very special career, go do that right now. But yeah, thank you to everyone for hosting me there. Thanks to my friend Carmen for having me and giving me an escape from my family. And thank you to Open Mic for existing.
Yes.
And also, just to be clear, sometimes at Open Mic, it is fucking terrible. But that's part of the joy of it. And the room I did the show in on Tuesday night, It's called Cozy Comedy in Berlin, and it's at Brauhaus Neulich in Schillerkiez. And the most Shari, this woman who MCs it, adorable. Oh my God, it reminded me of my favorite open mic when I was new in Berlin, which was called We Are Not Gemused. That it was just, oh my God, like to get on at that show on Tuesday nights was fucking everything. And it felt like that at Cozy Comedy a bit. And the room's just so packed and you have to like stand at the back and like fight your way through to get on stage, but people are also sitting on stage because there's nowhere else to sit. Fuck, I think I might move back to Berlin and become an open micer again.
No, you can't.
Do you ever get that feeling of being like, I want to throw away everything in my career and start fresh again? I don't know how I'd be different on stage because I think I have fun on stage so much. I have too much fun on stage.
Ooh. I think we can talk about that next episode.
Oh yeah, we have to wrap it
Yeah.
up. But I have so much more to say about open mic.
Next
week. Next week.
Baby girl.
Okay. Well, I love you. Let's not forget that. I love you. And please, please, please be good to each other. Because in a world where we can be anything, let's be kind. And Holly is doing a weird thing with her tongue. And please, hey, how about you write in the comments your favorite era for beauty standards? Actually do that. I'm actually genuinely interested. And also if there's any other king or queen that you're like, I really want to hear about this one, or like you think they're interesting, let me know and then I can research it and we can do a celebration of all the unhinged things that have ever happened. My name is Helen Bauer. Ich danke dir. Bis nächste Woche. Tschüss. Hi, you're a logger and you're listening to this right now. You also might not be a logger and listening to this thinking, damn, it'd be so cool to be a logger. Because yeah, it's pretty fucking cool being a logger. The loggers are bloody awesome. And now we're going to list their names all together. And yes, I'm reading it off my phone because neither me or Holly brought a laptop today because it's hard being a woman in STEM in a rainy fucking city. Give her a break. Give me a break. Thank you to the loggers. Aisling McGlinchey, Alex McPugh, Amy Sheppered, Amy Fitzgerald, Anthony Conway, Asa. I'm losing steam. It's these Negronis. Okay. Bonnie Drough, Catriona Windsor, Charley T, Charlotte Weemes, Claire Owen-Jones, Claire Scott. Claire's make friends with each other. That's crazy if you haven't already. Chris S, Daisy Longshaw, Dean Michael, Tim and Dom, David Hunter, Dougie Robertson, Dylan Moorhead, Al Watson, Emilie, Emma, Fayt Grady, Gemma, Helen A, Jack Blomfield, James Goulding, Jan. Whenever I say Goulding, I'm like, I always think it's like a town that I grew up near, but I think that's Godalming. So James, you're not a town, you're a person. You're a person and I respect that. Gemma Anglesey. I just think her name's so fun. I know I did this. I need to calm down with it. Jen Aitken, Jessica Allen, Jessica Birch, Jocelyn Hughes, Josie Perkins, Kate Thompson, Catherine, Kelly C, Chloe, Christine Martin, Leah Overend, Lisa G, Lizzie Fort, Luke Bright, Meg Hamilton, Melissa, Natalie Ford, Neil Redmond, Nikki Stefanoff, Noelle Buka, Olivia, Peter New, Rachel Smith, Rebecca Locke, River, Rochelle Harker, Sadie Cashmore, Sally Galula, Sammy Duke, Sarah Bell. Now I want to do Minnesota. Wait, how does it go? Minnesota. Sarah Deacon, Scarlett Scrimshaw, Serena Painting, Simon Moores, Subi Lynch. Does that sound? No, it doesn't. Okay. And then Sophie Chivers, Stephanie Catraccia, Stephen Chicken, Tamsin Smith Harding, Tina Lindsay, Trina McSay. I did my best and I had a lovely time and thank you for making my dreams come true. Good night. God bless.